We have a couple called Lizzie and Varma, and they're actually away in Australia, and they're very sad that they couldn't be here today, but they've sent a message just for Jeff, so we'll put that up now. Can we put that up, Samson? Yeah, we'll put that up and we'll play it.
When I think about Jeff, like, he's been an incredible and wonderful person to be all around with. He's funny, he's sweet, you know. It delights my heart when I speak or when I think about Jeff. Like, he's been an incredible and wonderful person to be all around with. He's funny, he's sweet, you know. You could able to actually forget who we are and what situation we are into, but actually, completely involved with the conversations he did with us. And yeah, his charm, like, you know, he always speaks about, you know, the craziest things. I mean, the things which bring life. And I believe, and we all believe that, you know, he loved Jesus and he's full of passion in his heart. And yes, Jeff impacted my life in so many ways to be, you know, it's good to be crazy for God. And also, yeah, he's one among few who I will remember for my entire life, and, you know, be thankful for the time which we spend with him, you know. Or, you know, yeah, I just want to say I just love Jeff and his family. Yeah.
Yeah, we feel so blessed to have known Jeff and spent time with him, as Varma said, and we really mourn the loss of him greatly. I think the thing that I treasure so much, the memory that I hold really, always brought it back to, you know what, I think it'll be fine because God's really good. And it impacted me so much, you know, just the way that he's so positive and just absolutely loved God and wanted to share God with everyone, whether they wanted to hear it or not. You know, and that's why we're all here. That's why God put us here, is to share his love with each other and to build the community. And Jeff has truly taught us that. So we're so grateful to have known him, and we we love Jeff and we love all of you guys, and we just are praying for your family and are here. So if you need anything, please tell us, because we're here for you.
Yeah, and also at last, like, I mean, Jeff definitely impacted so many lives, you know, in his journey, and definitely the people who impacted him, like, we both were one of those lists. And yeah, we just love him. And yeah, it's been a wonderful time to remember all the good things what God had done through him, and cherish those moments. And we totally believe that we're going to meet him one day in eternity and rejoice with him. And he's in a safe place and he's much more happy, you know. We totally thank God for, you know, what he have planned for him and got for him. Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Thank you.
Always brought it back to, you know.
Hi, being a part of worship team, I want to say this on behalf of worship team. So a job given to us as a worship team is to connect you people through music to God, help you to worship God. And in return, standing here on stage, we expect response from the crowd. Somebody, and we see always there is a guy standing tall and always giving that energetic response. Like we believe that he's that's the only hope. And we have few people here. Arpita is one of them, and Susie is one of them. Like and Jeff is special in that. He always stays in this area, so our focus is always in this guy. So we had that response, positive response. Okay, we could at least connect few people to God. So that keeps us encouraging to do the stuff what we do and be creative in what we do. And he's always like being passionate, energetic. And the strange thing is nobody turns up to our practice on Saturday. This guy comes even though his parents won't drop him, he comes by walk to this place, and he gets involved in the practice session, and we remember him asking Prem to teach keys, and he got few lessons, I guess, and always he's energetic, and one thing that I remember about him is his handshake, and the hug he gives. Like it really massages me. It was so strong, and on the day of his death, like our drummer don't know his name. He couldn't recognize Jeff by his name, so I said the guy who gives a handshake. Then he recognized him that way, and few glimpses of his words, like he said, he doesn't like. He's so similar to each one of us in the band. He doesn't like school. So he always had his heart towards music, and he wants to play music, as his friend said, and. As Bible says that there is surely a delightful inheritance with the Lord. So I do believe that he's enjoying his delight today. And the strange thing that I see when I went to the hospital at the time of his, at the last time, the whole atmosphere is completely different. Like when I saw his dad and mom, it was completely different. Not like the other people in the world do. They don't. They do a lot of stuff, a lot of weeping and grief, but I know that there is a lot of pain in the heart. But the whole atmosphere is completely different. I can see there is a lot of hope in the hospital atmosphere itself. So the last time that I saw him, it was not like I saw him for eternity. Like there is always hope that I would see him again. Very soon we'll be sharing that inheritance, as described in Psalm 16 and 6. When God says it's sure, it's really sure. And the last time that I spoke to him, when the last Sunday that I spoke to him, it's really strange. It was completely different from the other Sundays that I shared. He was waiting for us all to meet all the worship team, and that Sunday it was really strange. I could differentiate, and I said that to him, and my wife is there when I was sharing that. He never spoke. He was always talkative and very energetic. But that Sunday, he was like very mature. Like he didn't speak much of words. Then I commented in a funny way. I said, "Okay, you must be grown up. So you're not like doing much of fun." That was the last moments with him, and I really thank his parents for connecting him with the Lord and shaping him and bringing him up in the Lord, and making a part of this church. And it's a loss to the church, but it's not a permanent one. He would be, the moments that we spend with him would be remembered with our team, with our worship team, and we always remember him, and we'll never forget him. Thank you.
Hi. We miss him. So I too miss him when I heard the news about him. When we just keep on praying about him, and we are passing out the news every hour and every minute. We are just getting the news how he is doing in hospital. When I heard the last thing, I think we heard, they texted us, his heartbeat stopped. Please remember him in your prayers. So that was the minute, when I went to the hospital, and it was really hard time. I never had tears in my eyes for anything. I used to think why I don't feel some people when they get away, and that time, that is the moment I was just realizing how I feel like I miss him. You know, the handshake when he was in the hospital, when I went to meet him, me and Josh, we went together. So when he went inside, he couldn't get chance to speak to him. When I went in after him, me and auntie, we went together. He was awake that time. When auntie told him, he woke up and he gave same shake hand on the bed. He gave his hand and he gave me shake hand. Then we prayed and we came. And another thing, I want to share something strange. You know, once I booked a Rapido. So I booked a Rapido. I was traveling. One guy, he came. He has one, what to say, he's smoking. He kept there. This guy was driving like, he looks like an Anglo-Indian something. So he has a Royal Enfield. I got inside his bike. I was so scared. This guy was smoking and he's just relaxing and he was driving. Why? I just started conversation with him. This guy was talking about Jeff. He's asking, do you know Jeff? I was shocked. How come this guy is talking about? He looks totally different, you know. I was shocked. This guy is asking, I visited your church yesterday. And I told, I work here. So how do you know him and all? So I stay near his house. So once I visited, Jeff brought me here. So he was sharing it because I was not there when he attended, it seems. So he was sharing, and then every time as everybody's sharing, he's a person who meets everybody. After the service, uncle and auntie, they leave as soon as service gets over. But this guy, he stays till we lock the door. He stays, he meets, he makes sure he meets everybody. He takes turns to meet everybody. We stay and we pack up all the things. He meets and he talks to everybody. After everybody left also, when we are packing up, he comes to us. He helps us and he talks to us. He talks and he'll stay till the end. He'll walk and he'll go to home. And he used to speak, and I used to ask him, why don't you bring your friends and come for connect groups and all. He used to share and he used to tell me, brother, I shared with this guy this thing, so I'm hoping next week he'll come. He is so excited. He's so passionate to share gospel. And he used to tell me, this week I shared with these people, this week I shared with this guy, so I'm hoping they will come next week. I invited them. He's so passionate. I believe he's with God and he's in a great place and he's enjoying. Thank you.
I'm Tyler, and of course, probably the first time meeting Jeff, I was like, whoa, what do I do with everyone? Is that, that's the impression that he made. The way he greeted you was who he was, and it probably took me 4 weeks to figure out how to remember how he was trying to shake my hand. So, but such a lovable young man, and genuinely kind, what you all have shared. I think so much has been shared, and it's so consistent. One thing I would just, as I was reflecting, just say that he's so authentic. He from talking about just how he would worship God in a time of worship music, to how he would greet you, to what he said his dreams were, to maybe not liking studying a whole lot and wanting to do something else. He did not. Scripture says that we can praise God because we're fearfully and beautifully, wonderfully made, and that he was secure in that, which is really amazing, because that can be a difficult time, especially in teenage years. So it's really amazing to me just how authentic he really has been, you really know who he is, which was, again, to me, just an amazing thing and something that will always stay with me. So God's purpose, in his life, I think one thing to me that it showed me is that he was very confident in his God, and confident, how wonderful his God had made him. And, that was everywhere that he was. So I just wanted to share that. So thanks.